Idiot cops always attempt to put down citizens who challenge their authority or exert their rights, but what happens when they meet a whole other level of these kinds of people? Here are 4 cases of idiot cops who messed with the wrong supercar owners.
Roger, like I said, just citation for the loud exhaust. Here's a copy of citation information. I'll be sitting right here next to the black X. It's not a mission to guilt, it's a promise we'll take care of it.
So next to the X?
Yep.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So if you weren't trapping cars, why were you parked next to the parking lot waiting for people to leave?
I was parked on the street over here. Have a good day, drive safe.
I haven't signed yet, I haven't finished signing.
These are the owners of the YouTube channel Daily Driven Exotics, who were driving slowly and filming their content when they were pulled over by an officer for loud exhaust. Watch how the interaction unfolds.
Literally just driving down the road.
What's up?
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Your loud exhaust. Do you have your driver's license registration?
Loud exhaust?
Yeah.
I was doing like 10 kilometers an hour slow past you.
It's still loud. Do you have your driver's license registration insurance?
Yeah, I'll get that for you. Registration.
Perfect.
So what's the rule with exhaust noise then?
27150A says that your car has to be equipped with an adequate muffler.
So how would you know in the moment that it wasn't?
It's got to produce, not produce any loud or unusual noise. So.
Do you have like a decibel reader or anything?
No, that's a different section. Do you have your driver's license with you?
Yeah, watch yourself. It almost feels like, because there's a car show on the road, you guys are basically baiting people.
I'm not baiting anybody. All right, hang over here.
That's dirty. Definitely baiting people. There's no way. They were sitting there waiting for everyone.
I'm actually a bit shocked right now because we literally were driving so slow trying to find. Were we filming?
What's that?
Were you filming when we left the parking lot?
I think so.
I was doing like 10 kilometers an hour in second. Like I was barely moving. So like, yeah, I mean, of course it's a loud car, but like, just because you think it's loud doesn't mean it's loud. It'd have to be doing something that was loud.
Well, let's admit the S, all these Aventadors with the V12 are loud cars. The downside is he's not using anything to determine that other than his ear, and you were driving in a very calm manner that honestly at the rate of speed we were going, it would fall within the legal limits. Now, if you honestly accelerate this car above 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, it's probably above the limits. But this is not a California car. This is not even a US car. This is a car from a completely different country where the laws allow the car to be louder. This car's visiting here. And so this would have to fall within their jurisdiction to be able to do something about it here. So the thing he could give you, in all fairness, is he can give a municipal noise violation. He could not give you any sort of violation for a modified exhaust or anything like that because this car doesn't fall under any of those rules.
I don't know what to say.
Roger, like I said, just citation for the loud exhaust. Here's a copy of citation information. I'll be sitting right here next to the black X. It's not a mission to guilt, it's a promise we'll take care of it.
So next to the X?
Yep.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So if you weren't trapping cars, why were you parked next to the parking lot waiting for people to leave?
I was parked on the street over here. Have a good day, drive safe.
I haven't signed yet, I haven't finished signing.
You signed it right here.
I got halfway through, that's not my signature, I won't hand up, seriously.
Okay, just finish signing.
The other question is, what's the ticket for? You said loud exhaust. Is it that it was a municipal violation, or is it that the car has a modified exhaust, or
Drive
what
safe,
is?
have a good day.
Do you want to answer any questions?
So is that a disputable ticket?
Sure.
Oh, it is.
Any ticket disputable.
Oh, okay, that's easy.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, you just give it to ticketclinic.com and.
Well, usually an officer has the duty of explaining to the charges.
No, he didn't want to
He
talk.
only finished signing my signature.
He didn't want to talk. Have a good one.
This officer refused to explain the charges he had written a ticket for. Could it be because there was no basis for them? To make matters worse, the other officer who was on the scene wasn't any better when the YouTubers approached him.
How are you? Good. What's going on with the car show? It seems like you guys have like kind of surrounded it, like to kind of get these guys.
I gotta go.
Are you his sergeant?
I am one of the
He didn't even explain the ticket. I was halfway signing and he walked away. I know there's a camera,
He
but
told
like,
me he explained it.
there's people doing things and takeovers, all the bad stuff. This is a car show at 9 in the morning. They're hanging out front giving tickets to everybody. Like,
Yeah, what's the point?
that's pointless. That's just like, people aren't going to respect you guys if you do things like this. If you're speeding or breaking the law, all illegal stuff happening, I get that. But literally, these guys are like having a coffee at 8 in the morning.
We were filming
slow.
We were filming from the car show
I
to
appreciate
here.
your opinion.
Driving at like 3,000 RPM, really
My
quietly.
opinion. I mean, he walked up and didn't explain the ticket to me, and I was signing, he walked away as I was signing. We film things for YouTubers, but when you're an officer, being filmed is a good thing, because if you're being professional in your job, no one can argue with it. That's why we film everything. That's why you guys wear badge cams.
Yeah, it's just
Do it, it protects us. us. So that's what I was asking him. He just walked away.
It's unfortunate that like you get an ad.
Talk to him. I know he told me when I pulled up. He explained it. When you go to court, the officer and the judge can explain everything like he did already. Any other questions?
No.
Have a good one.
But if you think these cops are idiotic, what you're about to see might make them look like geniuses.
I know it's confusing, but
No, it's not confusing. It's very simple.
no,
All
sir.
right. If you have some sort of import,
Yeah.
that's to get it into the country. Okay.
I'll
Let me see what you have that says you can drive it on the road in Oregon.
This is Stig's Persian cousin, a YouTuber who was on his way to Vancouver in a car with Dubai plates when he was pulled over by Trooper Rummer. As he tried to explain the situation to the cop, it became increasingly obvious that Trooper was arrogant and defensive.
Hey, I'm Trooper Rummer with the state police. I got
Nice
a little
to meet you.
microphone.
Nice to
Gonna
meet you.
record our conversation, okay?
Yes, sir.
The reason I'm stopping you is because you don't have any license plates on this car.
Okay.
Any reason for that?
I'm from Dubai. It's my license plate right there.
Okay, but you're not in Dubai. You're
I'm visiting as a tourist.
well, no, you're not visiting as a tourist if you brought a car with you. Okay,
well-
do you have your driver's license with you?
Yeah, of course. How it works is we ship the cars. We get a permit, and
You don't have a permit.
What you need is a carnet.
What's that?
A carnet. It's a very rare thing. I know you're confused, but we
No,
fly
I'm
them.
not confused. If you want to drive this car,
Yeah.
you have to have a license plate from somewhere in the United States or a trip permit, which you don't have. Do you have your driver's license with you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the way it works is we get a EPA exemption,
Pardon me?
a EPA exemption, and then a carnet de passage.
Do you have any of that?
Of course, yeah. I'm gonna provide
you
everything.
have something that says you can drive this car on the road?
Yes, sir.
Let's take a look at that.
Of course. Well, it's gonna be a lot of documents. So I'll give you one by
Because
one.
I think what you're talking about is the ability to import this, and what I'm talking about is registering it.
No. Well,
Do you have your driver's license with you?
yeah. I'm just trying to answer your questions. Well, it's a temporary thing. I'm visiting as a tourist.
I can't
and
hear you.
It's a temporary import.
It's
and
a
then
what?
It's a temporary import. It's not a permanent thing. We fly our cars here, we do our trips, and we fly them back. That's how it works. I know it's confusing, but
No, it's not confusing. It's very simple.
no,
All
sir.
right. If you have some sort of import,
Yeah.
that's to get it into the country. Okay.
I'll
Let me see what you have that says you can drive it on the road in Oregon.
You understand in a second.
Pardon me?
You're gonna understand in a second.
I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about right now.
Rather than listen and try to understand, Trooper Rummer insisted that he knew what he was saying, forcing both of them to go around in circles when the interaction could have easily ended as quickly as it started.
So this is my permit. It's an international federal agreement.
Okay.
And I'm gonna provide you with a driver's license in a second.
Do you have your insurance with you?
Yes, sir. So this would be the international driver's license, which they come as a package. There you go. The other part is inside it as well.
This?
The registration of the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I need is proof of insurance.
Sure.
This is
So the
this is Canada? Okay.
no, sir.
There you
So
go.
this is UAE.
I need your insurance.
All right. Why are you so defensive? I'm trying
Pardon
to.
me?
Why are you so defensive? I'm trying to.
No, I'm just asking for these documents and you won't quit talking about other stuff.
No, sir. I provide you everything
I
you've
want
asked
your
for.
insurance, okay?
I provide you.
I don't need anything else right now.
Sure. You just asked me for the document.
Pardon me?
You just asked for a document. I provided you, and I'm gonna provide you the insurance in a second, sir. Just give me a second.
Why don't you keep working on that and I'll be back with you in a minute.
Yes, sir. There you go.
This is not insurance.
Sir, on the bottom, you can read it. It's insurance. The policy number is there as well.
Where are you taking this car?
I'm going to Canada.
We're going where?
I'm going to Canada, Vancouver.
Where did you import the car into?
From Canada, I drove it in here. I do a road trip every 2 years.
You do a what trip?
Imagine you want to drive your car in Europe. What do? You ship your car there, you drive it for a month, and you ship it back.
No, that's not what I do. Okay, look, you.
What is your question, officer? I can answer your question.
Look.
Yes, sir.
Here's your stuff here. You got to get a temporary permit, okay? I have another call I have to go to.
Sir,
be safe pulling out into traffic.
It's a federal law. You don't know the law.
Trooper Rummer was so confused by the simple situation. Once he realized that he couldn't comprehend what was happening and had no charges he could hold against the YouTuber, he had no choice but to let him go. While this cop may be an idiot, the next one is simply power hungry.
So what was the fine for?
Disobey traffic control device.
What does that mean in my version terms, like the non...
If you want to research it and look it up on the Motor Vehicle Act or through ICBC, you're more than welcome to do so, sir. I already told you what the offense was.
This is Damon of the Daily Driven Exotics YouTube channel again, who was unlucky enough to be stopped by a power-hungry cop for a violation he didn't commit and for which there was no evidence.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
License registration, please.
Yeah. What was the cause of the pullover?
Well, there's no driver's license attached to this vehicle.
Does there need to be?
You turned into a dedicated left-hand turn lane.
Okay.
On Van Vulen.
Okay.
Traffic passed, then you turned right out of that left-hand turn lane, which you can't do. Once you're in the lane, you have to commit to the turn.
Once you're in that left turning lane, you can't signal and turn back out of that lane.
That's correct. There's a solid white line.
I was before the solid white line. I was still in the
white line demarcating the left turn lane. You cannot cross the solid white line, sir.
I didn't cross the solid.
Please.
Yeah, but I didn't cross a solid white line.
Full name, please, sir.
It's on the license, Damon Fryer.
Your date of birth?
January 30th, 1979.
And your address, please, sir.
My address is the one on there.
And what is it? You are required by law to identify yourself by stating your full name, date of birth, and address.
I'm required to remember my address?
You're required to state your address. Your address, please, sir.
It's, I'm trying to remember the Victoria address that's on there. Sorry.
You don't know where you live?
I do. I just can't remember the address.
Move the phone so I can see your face, please. Thank you. So you don't remember your address?
Just not the Victoria one. I have multiple addresses. I reside in Victoria.
But everybody has a principal residence for tax purposes, at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Also for medical purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're presenting a British Columbia driver's license and services card, which means you're a BC resident.
I am, yeah.
But you don't know your address.
Sorry, I have multiple addresses. I just don't remember all of them.
Who owns the vehicle?
My company in Alberta.
What's the name of the company?
It's a numbered company. I wouldn't remember that either.
Oh, the numbered company. You are also required to state who owns the vehicle.
It's my numbered corporation. I have a article of incorporation if you need to see that with my name on it.
Well, if you're claiming ownership of the vehicle, that would help. That is what you're claiming, is it not?
I'm claiming that there's a corporation in Alberta that owns it.
That owns it.
Correct.
But you don't know what that corporation's name is.
It's a number.
Yeah.
I can get it for you.
One moment, please, sir.
Yeah, no worries.
While the first cop was drawing up a ticket for his made-up charges, another cop came by. Luckily, this cop was smart enough to know what not to do.
Very nice.
Guy knows his parts.
Yeah, it's pretty distinguishable, eh, that carbon fiber. Oh,
Yeah, it
man.
stands out.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Here's your driver's license, your insurance, registration, and violation ticket for disobey control device. Penalty's $109 on the back. The instructions how you can either pay or dispute.
Okay.
Should you choose to pay in the first 30 days, you do get a small discount.
Right. So, what was the fine for?
Disobey traffic control device.
What does that mean in my version terms, like the non...
If you want to research it and look it up on the Motor Vehicle Act or through ICBC, you're more than welcome to do so, sir. I already told you what the offense was.
Disobey traffic control. Oh, is that, you mean the line back there? Is that the left, the right turn out of the left?
Signs, lights, or all traffic control devices. Anything that directs you as a driver on the roadway and the highway in the province of British Columbia is a traffic control device.
So you're saying that I can't...
Free to go, sir.
Okay, appreciate it. Well,
do you have more questions? You are free to leave. But
yeah, I do have a question. So you said that it's illegal to exit the lane once you hit the white solid line, but I entered, slowed down, and exited all while it was still the broken white dotted line. So do you have like some video footage or something? Because you were ahead of me, you would have actually not visually been able to see me exit the lane, other than I did because I ended up back behind you further up the road.
I watched you. I don't have video footage of it, sir. I watched you.
Well, you couldn't have watched me because there was 2 cars blocking us, which I have video footage of.
What I can't do?
I'm telling you what you didn't see.
Yeah.
So we're allowed to go and we can dispute this in court.
The instructions are on the back.
Yeah, we'll dispute it in court.
Have a safe day, sir.
I'll see you there.
Hopefully, Damon did challenge the man in court. But to cleanse the distaste that this cop's arrogance has left behind, here is a rare case of a respectful officer pulling over a supercar owner.
I was behind you.
You weren't right behind me. I was looking in my rearview mirror. You weren't behind me at all.
I was in the number 1 lane. You were in the number 2 lane. I wasn't behind you.
Right.
Directly.
So you're in an opposite lane.
And then I see you driving away from me while I'm going 60.
Well, I mean, if you were looking down doing 60.
This officer was smart enough to recognize that he had no evidence against the driver.
Oh, so I pulled you over for speeding. Hey, YouTube channel?
I wasn't speeding.
You were.
How fast?
Back on Bridgeport, you're going about 70.
No, I was doing 50.
Because I was going 60 and you were getting away from me.
So do you have it on radar or laser?
Pacing.
You weren't behind me.
I was.
Really?
Yep.
You have that on camera on the dash cam?
No dash cam.
No dash cam?
Nope.
So it's just your word against mine?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Do you have your driver's license and your insurance, sir?
I do.
Excellent.
Do you guys go to court a lot for pacing?
Do I go to court a lot for pacing?
Yeah, like when people like.
Well, I'm not gonna give
dispute
you.
it.
I won't give you the reason as to why people dispute it.
No, I know why people do. I know why, but have you been to court for that before?
I have.
And do you feel like when you give an explanation of pacing someone behind them, like you have to be behind the person?
I was behind you.
You weren't right behind me. I was looking in my rearview mirror. You weren't behind me at all.
I was in the number 1 lane. You were in the number 2 lane.
And how many cars back?
About 2.
So you were behind another car behind me.
I wasn't behind you.
Right.
Directly.
So you're in an opposite lane, behind a car.
No. You were in the number 2. So you were in the curb lane. I was in the closer lane to the double yellow.
Right. Correct. Yep. And then you were behind a car that was behind, obviously, the Gallardo. Because the Gallardo is in that lane.
And then I see you driving away from me while I'm going 60.
Well, I mean, if you were looking down doing 60?
Yep.
So you were looking down, but you weren't looking up at me. Or you were looking down and looking at me at the same time.
All right.
These are just questions I'll ask in court, right?
I know. But did I say I was going to give you a ticket?
No, you didn't, but I like to ask questions.
That's fair.
Which isn't illegal.
No, that's fair.
And you seem like a cool guy, I can tell already. Because you were smiling when you asked me about YouTube, so
there you go.
I'm not saying I'm going to get a ticket.
No, I know.
I actually think I shouldn't. Because you seem like a cool guy.
So I'm gonna have my own reasons for whether I do give you or don't give you a ticket.
100%, yeah. You're just doing your job, I get it. Yeah. Whether I get a ticket or not get a ticket, I think you're being a cool cop.
Okay,
yeah,
well thank you.
Yeah.
Just your full name and date of birth?
We'll keep it chill.
Yeah, for sure, okay. Well, just reason being, obviously, we have a lot of speeders in the city, right? Yep. So we just want to make sure everyone's doing okay.
Hey, it was great to meet you.
He could also tell that he couldn't win against the man, and he backed down like all professional officers should. He truly is a rare phenomenon in the police force. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye!